Okay, well, today I'm going to be here talking to you about Phuket, investing in Phuket, and we do have a new project which is about to be launched in 2 weeks' time in Thailand. So we have first-hand information, so you guys can actually make decision ahead of the official launch in Thailand. So the project is called Origin Place Center Phuket. It's actually in the Phuket city center, next to the biggest shopping mall, the Central Phuket. The price is really attractive. We're talking about apartments here, freehold, from 60 lakh rupees. All right. Completion of the project 2027 Q1, and this can get you up to a 10% rental yield. Now the developer is Origin. I'll tell you more about Origin. It is one of the biggest developer now from Thailand. It's publicly listed. All right. Now before I begin, I would just like to quickly introduce myself and our company. So my name is Kingston. I'm the CEO of Asia Bankers Club. Now a bit about myself. I am a Malaysian. I live here in Hong Kong now, but I do travel a lot to Dubai because we have an office there. So I was an investment banker at Morgan Stanley, and I left the industry about 12 years ago to start running this group of real estate companies. So that's my personal profile, right? So the Asia Bankers Club, we basically are headquartered in Hong Kong. This is our team in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, we are about 120 full-time employees. In the region, we are around 240 employees. That includes our overseas offices in Bangkok. We are in Vietnam as well, in Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi. And we are also in Dubai with our office. Just now you met Ms. Bahar. So she's our partner and manager looking after the Dubai office. All right. So this is our local team. So we won a couple of awards just to share with you. Recently, we won the Best Property Agency Award for Vietnam, for Hong Kong, and for Thailand as well. And so for Thailand properties, we have been doing this business for a very long time, more than 10 years, working with various developers such as, for example, Sunsiri, of course, with Origin as well. So we've been winning all these awards year after year for Thailand. And of course, UAE is also a really key market for us. So last year, we won this award from Auda. As you know, Auda is a top developer from Abu Dhabi, owned by the Sovereign Wealth Fund. So we won the top 3 international broker award for last year because we've done so much business with them. There you go with Ms. Bahar on stage with the Auda and our team as well. So anyway, so for Thailand properties, we have been doing this for now 11, 12 years now. To date, we have sold more than 10,000 units of apartments, a lot of apartments and some houses as well, of properties are not just in Bangkok, but in Phuket, Pattaya, Chiang Mai, Hua Hin, basically throughout Thailand. So our team is very knowledgeable about the Thailand real estate market. I'm pretty sure that they will be able to guide you on that. So these are some of the typical events that we do in Hong Kong. It's all really big scale event where we can actually really move like 100 to 200 units of stocks per weekend. So these are the top 10 developers in Bangkok today. They are all publicly listed company. So if you were ever to invest in Thailand, I would say stick with one of these top developers. Now, definitely Origin, our partner for this project. So really happy to actually be able to work with them. So now, when we invest in Phuket, one thing I would like to point out is that in Phuket, you see a lot of smaller developers, right? A lot of Russian developers, Chinese developers. These are all very small players. It's really rare to have like a developer like Origin, which is a publicly listed company from Bangkok, actually developing in Phuket. So having them here in Phuket, actually, I would say gives a lot of assurance to our clients. Now, Origin, like I say, is publicly listed as a big company. They are into many businesses. So they develop residential condominiums and houses. They basically also do hospitality. So they actually own a lot of hotels in Thailand, especially the Intercontinental and Holiday Inn brand. They do provide after-sales service to their clients. So when you invest with Origin, there's a team of the Origin people to actually assist you with the leasing and the property management as well. And of course, on top of that, you actually have our firm with our office in Thailand to actually assist you on that as well. Now, our developer Origin is really well known in Thailand. So whenever they do a big launch, they usually sell out really quickly. We have already experienced that many times. One example would be Knightsbridge Space Rama 4. It's one of their project in Bangkok. It's actually in this location called Prakanong in Sukhumvit. So our company worked together with them and we brought this project to Hong Kong and we sold them out in just a matter of like 2 days. So here you can see myself doing presentation. So that's my job. I do presentation all the time in Hong Kong. I just go on stage and I tell everybody how to invest. So I'm hoping that I can do the same with you here as well. Now, Origin Center Phuket, this is actually the phase one of our project. So the phase one of our project was actually launched last year, and it was actually sold out in just a matter of 6 weeks. So what we're doing now, Origin Place Center Phuket, is in fact the second phase of the project. So if you have missed this first one, now is the chance for the second one. And I think this second launch is going to be equally successful. Let's hope we can sell it out in less than 6 weeks. Right, so our company in Hong Kong especially, so we are really strong here in Hong Kong. We have sold about 130 units in the phase one of the project. Now, as you can see, a lot of these properties of Origin that was launched in Phuket, they get sold out really quickly. So now, the one that we're focusing now is Origin Place Center Phuket. This is the next big launch that's coming up in 2 weeks' time. So our developer, as I said, they actually also own a lot of hotels like Intercontinental and Holiday Inn. So this person on the left here is called Mr. Pirapong, or we call him Pidong. Basically, he's the owner and the CEO of the company. He's really well known in Thailand. So we are really happy that our company able to work with them, with Mr. Dong, Pidong to actually represent them on an exclusive basis on some of the key projects like this one here that we're offering to you today. All right. And also really happy to announce that just a few days ago, I was in Bangkok. We actually got the award from Origin as well for basically, we have this most memorable master agent award given to one of our company called Knightsbridge Partners, which is that belongs to the same group. So we're the master agent. So Kun Art here is the representatives of Origin. I believe Kun Art is already here now. Art, are you online? Perhaps I would like to invite. Yeah, if you're online, I would like to invite you to perhaps say a few words. Let's see whether we can get him on.
Okay, I will try to open the video.
Okay, let's see.
Is that you can
Okay.
divide?
Let
Yeah.
me. I will need to make you host
Sure.
as well. Give me a sec. Change to host. Okay. Can you try that again?
Okay, that's great. Hello everyone, good evening. Yeah, I'm from Thailand. Yeah, it's me, Art Thanakorn Witipong. I'm a Vice President of International Business from Origin Property. Yeah, it's a truly pleasure to see so many esteemed clients today. Yeah, how sad that I can be there in the on site in Dubai and India. This is our first global launch for our newest projects in Phuket. Yeah, as Kingston mentioned about our company for Origin, we are the one of the leading developers in Thailand for over like 200 projects that we've done for over 15 years with more than like 65,000 families now. Prove that Origin, we are the one of the most powerful brand, thus with a strong reputation in Thailand. And as you know, until now, even the last year, we launching for over 4 projects in the Phuket area, and not only for the Phuket actually. We also launching a lot of projects in Bangkok also. So for Origin, we still keep growing and delivering the high quality condominium to create the more satisfying and infinity happiness to our client and residents. Yes, and also for you, Kingston, yes, the Asia Banker Clubs, our strong partnership agents. Actually, we have met like just like 3 or 4 days ago for a big event in our Intercontinental hotels. So he's Kingston and the team is one of our strong partnership. And for this project, they are the exclusivity to launching in global for Dubai and India for these projects. And I think the for over 5 years now with ABC Asia Banker Club that we achieved a lot of remarkable milestones. And yeah, I'm very exciting for today event that launching our new project in Phuket also. Yes, very nice to meet you all.
Yeah. So I mean, I wish you can see the number of attendees here. I can see a lot of people. I'm so excited that we have so many, interested parties from India. So really happy. I hope one day, Art, you and me, we can travel to Mumbai or Delhi,
Sure,
really to meet all our clients.
sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, so Art, I'll continue with my presentation. Sorry, guys, just now I put myself on spotlight, so they couldn't see you, Art, earlier on. But anyway, now they can see you. He's very good looking.
Sure, sure. See you soon in Thailand, everyone. Enjoy the
All
event.
right, thank you, Art.
Sure.
Okay, let me continue with my presentation. Hang on, let me get my slides out. Hopefully, it's working. Give me a sec. All right, okay. Now, give me 1 second. I need to spawn it for everyone. Okay, got it. All right. There you go. All right. So now today's presentation will be in these three parts. First of all, I'm going to give you an update on the Phuket real estate market. And then we're going to talk about the Thailand housing law. Because when you invest in Thailand as a foreigner, there are certain things you need to know. The rules, how do you send the money to Thailand? How do you repatriate the profits out? The taxes that you need to pay, the rules of the games, I'll go through in detail with you. And then finally, I'll give you more information about the project, which is Origin Place Center Phuket. Okay. Now, first of all, let's go through Thailand. Thailand's a country of 72 million. Population is 72 million. Of course, we have Bangkok, the capital city, with about close to 11 million people. Phuket has around 600,000 people. But having said that, they do have really high numbers of tourists every year. So we're talking about 8 million tourist arrival every year to Phuket. Now, if you look at last year, Thailand attracted 25 million international tourists. It's a pretty big number, okay, because Bangkok was actually ranked number one in the world in terms of tourist arrival. So Thailand in general, in Southeast Asia, is definitely ranked number one now in terms of the growth rate for international arrivals. Now, Thailand had its election last year. They actually elected a new prime minister, Kun Sittar, or we call him Kun Nip. So Kun Sittar, just to let you know a bit about his background, he is actually the owner of Sansiri, the developer that I introduced to you earlier on. He is still the owner, and basically he resigned from his CEO position last year to basically take over the role of prime minister of the country. So personally, I know Kun Nip quite well because we have done business for more than 10 years now. So I'm really happy that he is the prime minister because I can see him coming up with a lot of policies that are really, really, favorable to the real estate market. At least I see from my side. So I'm really happy with that, of course. And our company now, we are now the master agent for out of the 10 top Thai developers. 6 of them have already appointed us as master agents. So I just want to assure you that our group is actually really strong when it comes to the Thailand real estate market. All right. Anyway, so Kun Nip, as a prime minister, he actually focused on the tourism. Tourism is the main thing, the key focus. So the first thing that he did was last year, he introduced visa-free travel from many countries, definitely from China. And as part of a PR publicity stunt, basically he was actually at the international airport in Bangkok to greet the first group of Chinese tourists coming to Thailand under the visa-free travel policy. So that actually created a lot of noise in the market, in social media, and Chinese tourists really love him. All right. So if you look at the tourist numbers for last year, it was 7 million people coming to Phuket as a huge number, and it has recovered a lot post COVID-19. Now, in Southeast Asia, Phuket is actually ranked number one in terms of the most visited destination. And in the world, Phuket is currently ranked number 14. All right. So it's actually a really, really strong position. As on a global stage, Phuket is actually ranked number 14. Now, in terms of the revenue generation for tourism, Bangkok is still taking the number one spot, but Phuket is actually ranked number 2 now. Now, if you look at the condominium sales, it's been somewhat affected during COVID-19, so not many transactions in the market. But post COVID-19, you can see that it has recovered a lot. Now we are actually at an all-time high at around close to 2,200 units per quarter. That's actually a pretty big number for Phuket. Now, most of the investors who actually invest in Phuket, they actually focus on low-rise condominiums. Low-rise being any condominiums below 10 stories, right? So this is actually the one that everyone really like. Unlike in Bangkok, where there are a lot of high-rise, 30, 40, 50 stories, like people go for those. But in Phuket, people like low-rise. And the good thing about our project, it is a low-rise condo with 8 story. Now, if you look at, just want to give you an update as well on the visa-free entry policy. It was just a few months ago, about 70 countries included in that policy. But now, as of yesterday, when I updated these slides, we're now up to 93 countries. So basically, there are 93 countries where you can travel visa-free to Thailand. If you look at this map here, India is definitely one of them. So, well, welcome to Thailand. You guys don't really need visa to come to Thailand at all, right? And just 2 weeks ago, a really big news in the market. I'm not sure whether you guys follow the news. It's the Thailand Digital Nomad Visa. All right, this is something quite new. It's very interesting because for the first time now, you don't really need to invest in property. You don't need to like spend a lot of money putting a lot of investment in Thailand. You can actually apply for a digital nomad visa, where it allows you to get up to a 5-year visa for your entire family. And when you come to Thailand, you can stay up to 180 days. So it's very easy. Just go and apply and just tell them that you are a digital nomad. Digital nomad means somebody, you just need a laptop and Wi-Fi. You can work anywhere in the world. So you just want to be here in Thailand, in Phuket, for example, you can get your visa, right? Even if it's so simple, you can even tell them that you are here for more Thai lessons. They will still give you the 5-year visa. So this is amazing. So a lot of people are now queuing up to get this visa. Now, if you do not want that, there are actually a lot of other alternatives as well for PR program. You can go after the Thailand, the long-term residence permit program, which is a PR program. You get a 10-year visa, multiple entry, and you can actually renew every 10 years for yourself and the whole family. You can stay as long as you want during that period, and you can work in Thailand. You can do anything. You're just being treated like a local, right? So this one requires you to actually invest in real estate. So you need to invest at least $500,000 US, or if you're below the age of 50, you just need to invest 250,000, not one property, but a few properties, as long as the total value meets that minimum requirement, right? So this is something which is on offer as well. Another alternative is to actually go for the Thailand retirement visa. So Thailand retirement visa is pretty straightforward. All you need to be is be age of 50 and above, okay? And then you show that you have a bit of money in your bank account. So you need to show that you have at least around 800,000 Thai baht, that's all. And you are actually able to retire in Thailand. You get a 1-year visa, and then every year you get renewed by another year. And when you do the renewal, you do not need to leave Thailand. You can just go to any police station in Thailand just to show that you're still around, and then they'll renew for another year for you, right? This is a pretty easy retirement visa. Or if you want to get some VIP red carpet treatment in Thailand, you can go for the Thailand Privilege Program. It was used to be called the Thailand Elite Program. Now it's Thailand Privilege Program. It is the same thing. For example, a 5-year visa, it costs you 900,000 Thai baht. So how this works is very simple. You are being treated like a king, all right? So when you come to Thailand, you get the red carpet treatment. When you arrive at the international airport, there will be a buggy waiting for you to bring you through the immigration. There's no queue. You go through the fast track, and then they will help you with the luggage. When you get out of the airport, there'll be a limousine waiting for you to bring you to the hotel. So this is like VIP treatment. So you need to pay for it. So as you can see, there are actually a lot of options for you if you really want to stay and live in Thailand. They are just I think the digital nomad is the best, right? So because it's something that's quite new. So in any case, we can see that the Thailand government is actually doing a lot, trying to welcome everyone to come here as tourists, as investors as well. Okay. Another hot news is about Thailand as trying to legalize gambling. As you know, you can't gamble here, but hopefully it will be legalized. Okay, just like in the case of UAE with Ras Al Khaimah having a casino, or Macau casino as well, or Las Vegas. So Thailand wants to have up to 5 casinos, right? And one of them being in Phuket. So let's hope that goes through the approval. And when that casino comes in, it will definitely drive up real estate prices. Now, the Indian rupee to Thai baht today is around 2.3. The exchange rate, you can see, it's been pretty stable in the last few years. So I think I would say it is still a good buying opportunity now to invest in Thai baht assets, like buying properties here. Okay, now let's talk a bit about the Thailand condominium law. So how does that work for foreigners? Okay, how do you actually invest in Thailand? Well, it's really straightforward. This is where I think a lot of people get confused, right? You always get mixed messages about whether you can actually invest or not, right? So I guess the way to put it clear for you is that you can, okay, depending on what you want to buy, right? If it's condominium, no problem. It's so straightforward, right? A lot of condominiums in Thailand are freehold, okay? So for us as foreigner, we can buy up to 49% of the foreign quota. So foreign quota, what does that mean, right? It's basically, it's actually on the total space of a condominium project. Now, let me just give you an example. Now, if you have one tower, one building, all right, the whole project is just one building, and you have 100 units, and let's assume every unit is of the same size, all right? So now collectively, us all as foreigners, we can buy up to 49 units. And the remaining 51 units have to be sold to the local Thai, okay? Now, these 49 units that we bought, they are all freehold title. So in the future, you can resell to whoever you want to. You can resell to another foreigner. It will remain as a freehold title for the new foreigner. Or you can resell to a local Thai. It is still freehold for the local Thai, right? So make sure that you buy within that 49% foreign quota. So for example, the project that we're offering you today, they are all virtually freehold, and we are selling within the foreign quota. So you're going to get the freehold title, right? Now the confusion comes in when it actually it's about investing in houses. So if you're thinking about buying a villa in Thailand, that is where people get confused, because villa, you can't buy freehold villa, you can't own the land at all as a foreigner, right? The maximum you can do is 30-year leasehold. That's about it. The other way, of course, is like setting up company, and then it's very complicated. I don't want to go through that. We're not selling houses here, but the most straightforward will be definitely condominiums, right? So I hope that answer the question that you might have on this part. Now, I would like to give you some advice as well when you're investing in Thailand. This is very important as per the condominium law. These are the steps that you need to follow. Now, first of all, when you pay money to the developer, you have to make sure that you pay them in foreign currencies. For example, like US dollar. Never pay them in Thai baht, because if you do not do this, you are not going to be able to get a document called the Foreign Exchange Transaction Certificate, in short, FET. Now, without the FET, when the project completes, you are not able to get the title deed of the property. So it's very important that you pay the developer in foreign currencies and not Thai baht. Even if you have a bank account in Thailand now, you have a lot of Thai baht, you can just give it to the developer. Do not do that. Send the Thai baht back to your home country and then remit the funds as a foreign currency back to the developer, so you get the FET. That's how it's done, right? Anyway, our team has done a lot of these kind of deals, so they know it very well. So I'm sure they will advise you and make sure you follow the proper steps, right? Now, when you buy property in Thailand, you can buy under your individual name, or you can buy under a company's name, right? But we will strongly recommend that you buy under an individual name, because if you buy under a company's name, a lot of the documents need to be translated into Thai language. It's really complicated. It's a lot of work to be done. So owning the property under your individual name is the most straightforward, okay? Now, for this property, the developer allows you to put 3 individuals on the sales and purchase agreement. That means 3 friends can come together to do a JV to buy 1 unit here. So this is something that you can do. Now, owning the property under your individual name, I know what you're thinking, inheritance tax, right? Now, not to worry, inheritance tax there is in Thailand, but it's not really high. So it really depends. In Thailand, if your total assets in Thailand is less than 100 million Thai baht, there is no inheritance tax. So even if you buy 10 units here in this project, you're not going to cross 100 million baht. So there is no inheritance tax. But if your total assets in Thailand is more than 100 million Thai baht, then there is a 5% inheritance tax. So as you can see, inheritance tax in Thailand is not really a big issue, right? Now, let me introduce, I can see a lot of questions coming in. Great, guys, give me more questions. I'll come back to you later, okay, towards the end. Now, okay, let me go through with you the location, all right? Now here, you can see this is Bangkok, this is Phuket. So Phuket, we actually have direct flights from many places, many cities, definitely from Mumbai, New Delhi, no problem. From Dubai, we have direct flights as well. Now this is Phuket Island, right? The Phuket Island, in terms of the size, is about 3 times the size of Singapore. It's not that small. So our project is located here in the middle, in the center of Phuket, okay? Now the international airport is here. So if you guys have been to Phuket, you know that the West Coast, it's actually more crowded. More people will be hanging out on the West Coast and in the city center here as well. The East Coast is a bit quiet. All right. So when you land, you will then come over to here, this Mai Khao Beach, a bit more quiet, and then you come to Bang Tao Beach. So you guys have been here. This is where the Laguna Phuket is, or Banyan Tree. Okay. And then you come to Kamala, and then the most crowded beach in Phuket is Patong Beach. Okay, so our project is just 15 minutes away to Patong Beach. We're really close to it, and we are also really close to the Phuket Old Town. We are just 5 to 10 minutes away from the Old Town, right? So now Phuket actually attracts a lot of like movie directors, like celebrities. They come here to make movies like The Beach by Leonardo DiCaprio. They filmed the 007 James Bond here with Roger Moore. And the reason why this island till today is called James Bond Island, it was because of this movie. It was filmed here, all right? So now a lot of celebrities, international celebrities, they come to Phuket all the time because Phuket has that international status like Bali or Caribbean. A lot of people come here, a lot of celebrities, right? And here in Phuket, there are a lot of all these like really expensive yachts. A lot of wealthy people, they bring their yachts, they park their yachts here. You can hear a lot about international yacht show or boat show that happens in Phuket. The reason why they all like to come here is because Phuket is very unique. Phuket has 32 small islands surrounding this Phuket Island. So it makes it really an exotic sailing ground for people with yachts, luxury yachts, to go to all these little islands. It's all really beautiful, like James Bond Island, PP Island, for example, Serene, Simalan Island as well. The one that I really like the most is definitely Simalan. So as you can see from this image, the water is really, really clear. In fact, we brought our entire group to a company offsite. They all really enjoy themselves, right? So then we all know this place very well. So now our project, as you can see, like I said, we are basically very close to Patong Beach. We are just 15 minutes away, and we are 10 minutes away to the Phuket Old Town, right? Now, Patong Beach, it's very close to us, and in Patong Beach, we have Bangla Road. If you guys have been there, you know this is a crazy party place. Nobody ever sleeps. All the dancing clubs and the pubs and crazy stuff happens here, right? So that's Patong Beach, all right? So we are 15, 20 minutes away. We have Karon, Kata Beach as well. They are all pretty close by. So all these famous beaches that you've been to or you have heard about, they're actually pretty close to us, right? Now, what can you do in Phuket? Been there, I'm sure you know, lots of water activities. You can rent a yacht, you can go out partying, you can go snorkeling, you can go do wakeboarding, parasailing, jet ski, banana boat. So if you're not after water activities, then you have a lot of other non-water activities, things to do. For example, you can drive 10 minutes over to the Phuket Old Town, okay? Phuket Old Town is a really interesting place. This is a UNESCO heritage site. So all these buildings cannot be taken down. So they have a lot of really nice like street arts as well for you to take pictures for your Instagram accounts. Lots of like cafes that you can do cafe hopping in the Phuket Old Town. Lots of really nice restaurants. This one, I really like it. It's called Raya. It's very nice, amazing like southern Thai food here. We have a lot of like night market in the old town as well, like the Nakao weekend market is just 5 minutes away. We have the Phuket Indie market 10 minutes away. We have the Chilva market 10 minutes as well. So all these night markets, they are pretty close to us, all right? There's a walking street, live music here. So all you can go for go-karting is 10 minutes away. You can go to the Trick Eye Museum. You can go to Andamanda. This is the best. This is like the newest and latest and biggest water theme park in Phuket. It is just 8 minutes away. It's actually at our location, right? Lots of like kids, they come here, they really enjoy themselves. We have the Blue Tree Water Park, 20 minutes away. The Niramat Show, 10 minutes away. Phuket Fantasy Theme Park, half an hour. Or if you're into golf, you have a lot of golf courses around us, not to worry, all right? But, in Phuket, if you're here for a few days, you really do not want to be outdoor all day long. You're going to get barbecued, right? So what do people do? They go shopping, okay? In fact, shopping is now a main attraction for tourists in Phuket. They spend 73% of their time actually shopping. And if you look at the money spent when they come as tourists, 30% is on accommodation, renting hotel rooms, 24% is actually shopping. it is a lot of money spent on shopping, right? Now, where do they shop? Well, no other place than the biggest shopping mall in Phuket. It's called Central Phuket. So we have Central Phuket, which is phase one, and we have Central Phuket Floresta, which is phase two. Now, together, phase one and phase two makes this the biggest shopping mall in Phuket, all right? So our project called Origin Place Central Phuket, which is phase two of the project, we are just 5 minutes walk to the biggest mall in Phuket. All right. Now let's take a look at this shopping mall, how it looks like. Now, this is a luxury shopping mall. If you have been to Bangkok, like Siam Paragon or Icon Siam, it will be something similar to that. Now, inside, it's so beautiful. It's a very new mall, just opened like 2-3 years ago. So there are a lot of like luxury like stores. Like in the basement, you actually have a really big, huge food court. So you can just walk here 5 minutes, lots of different type of food you can enjoy. And here you have a huge supermarket as well. So it's so convenient. You can buy your groceries and just walk home in 5 minutes. So all these luxury stores like LV, Gucci, Hermes, they're all here. Okay, all the big brands are in the mall. We also have a cinema here, and in fact, it's so easy. If you are watching a midnight show, you can just walk home. Okay, there's a big aquarium in the mall. You can actually dine here as well. Then outside the mall, we have a lot of activities. Like time to time, they organize like food festival. You can just walk here 5 minutes. You can try all this different type of food. Christmas celebration countdown is they do it here. CNY festival, Songkran festival, the World Cup. So people all gather in this mall, right? So this mall, in terms of size, is slightly larger than Siam Paragon in Bangkok. I hope that gives you an idea how big that mall is, all right? Now, groceries, supermarket, like I say, is so easy. You're just next to the mall, just 5 minutes walk. There's a food hall here. Dining wise, well, since you're next to the mall, lots of like good restaurants inside the mall. So all these restaurants that you see here are just 5 minutes walk away, all right? Or you can go to the food court. Of course, you get cheaper options here. Or you can drive 10 minutes to the old town. Like I said, a lot of like good restaurant here, and this is the one that I love the most, Raya. I always come here when I'm in Phuket. This one dish that I will go for, right? The crab curry with noodles, rice noodle, right? That's the best. You got to try it. It's really local southern Thai food, all right? So now these are all the restaurants that you can find in the old town, right? Now, schools, international schools here, since we're in the city center, we have a lot of like good international schools. Schools are really important in Phuket because it's actually definitely much cheaper than many big cities in Asia. It's actually half the price of Hong Kong, it's 1/3 the price of Singapore, and it's 1/4 the price of Beijing, right? So in fact, I even have friends, expatriates living in Singapore, where the husband actually work in Singapore, but the wife and the kids actually live and in Phuket, because the kids go to school in Phuket. All right, so this is what I see as well. Now, the best international school in Phuket is this one, Head Start International School. We are just 2 minutes drive away. All right, this is the mall. This is our project location. 2 minutes to the Head Start International School. So this is the best school. All right, so we are just 2 minutes away. We have QSI International School, Burda Cloud British International School. They are all really close to us. Okay. Hospitals, since we're in the city center, we have some really good hospitals, 5-10 minutes away. So this is also really important in case of emergencies. If you are really by the beach or somewhere, you are not going to be able to get here on time, right? So here you are with all these big hospitals around us, so not to worry, okay? Now, in terms of like finding tenants, we're not too worried as well, because here there are so many offices around us. A lot of government offices around us, a lot of embassies around us, and a lot of travel agencies and all those tourism companies around us, right? People who work in Patong, for example, they can't afford to live in Patong, so they will all live here. So we actually attract a lot of people to actually live here, especially that we are close to the biggest shopping mall in Phuket, all right? Now, let me go through the project with you. Okay, this project, first of all, it's low rise, all right? So we have a total of 3 buildings, A, B, and C. All 3 buildings are 8-story high. It's freehold for foreigners because we are selling within the foreign quota. We have a total of 585 apartment units. Their sizes are 26 square meter, 30 square meter, and 48 square meter. So in square foot wise, it's about 300 square foot, 330 square foot, and around 600 square foot, all right? Completion is 2027 Q1. The estimated rent to you is up to 10%. So the pricing is from 60 lakh rupees. All right. It's pretty attractive. So this is how the building exterior looks like. So when you zoom in, you can see that on the ground floor, there's a retail shop. So quite likely they're going to put a convenience store like 7-Eleven here. So inside, you can see a really nice resort swimming pool with a clubhouse for the gym and the co-working space and stuff, right? So we have jacuzzi as well. Now, this is a jacuzzi. Now, it's really nice resort pool. Now, here we do have a few units, which is, really special units because it has its own private pool access, all right? So here, there are some of the units where you have a balcony and then there's a door. You can open the door and you can just jump into the pool, all right? And then you finish swimming, you can climb back up to your apartment, all right? So we only have a few of those units. If you guys are interested, please talk to our colleagues and they can tell you more about that, all right? So this is how the lobby looks like. It's really grand. I mean, for this price, it's amazing what they can deliver. Really high ceiling. So this is how the whole co-working space looks like on the ground floor. This is the lobby lounge, and then we have the co-working space. We have a gym here as well, and then this is the 300 square foot of net area. So every unit comes with its own balcony, and so the units are going to be delivered to you fully finished. The furniture item, usually you do not get it, but here we do have a special promotion. But I need to check with the colleague whether we still have the quota because we have limited stocks where everybody can enjoy all the furniture items for free, right? I'll tell you more later, okay? Now, this is the 2 bedrooms, which is 48 square meters, so it's close to 600 square foot of net area. Now, the sales gallery and the show units is going to be on the site. This is actually the phase 1 of the sales gallery, which is now currently being demolished. Not demolished, it's being renovated. So because they're going to put the phase 2, and phase 2 sales gallery and show units will be ready end of August of this year. So for now, what I can show you is actually the phase 1 because this myself, I've visited it, so I've seen it. I know it's really good quality, so I have some photos I'll share with you. This is the show unit number 1. This is a studio unit, 280 square foot of net area. So even for phase 2, it will look something similar. Okay. So this is rest assured, the quality that Origin delivers is actually really high. Okay. So now this is how the unit will look like. Of course, you get the AC. And here this time we got a lot of furniture items. I can't promise you because we have limited stocks. But if you are able to actually still get it within the quota that we have, you will get all the free furniture items, all right? So anyway, this is how it looks like, the kitchen, all right? So it's a very nice unit, I mean, you can just keep it for your own use. You can rent it out, right? Or you can maybe use it for 2 or 3 months during Christmas or whenever you come to Phuket, and the rest of the time you can rent it out as well, right? The second show unit is a 1 bedroom. It's around 300 square foot of net area. So this is equally attractive, all right? So if you want to visit, please come towards the end of August. That's where you can actually see the show units. Ceiling height is around 2.4 meter. So every unit comes with all these items, the AC, the kitchen hob, the hood, the digital door lock as well. So the car parks, you don't have to buy. You have to rent actually. Actually, you don't have to pay for it. In fact, it's your tenant who pay for it, right? So for the car park, the car park space is around 500 baht a month, all right? 250 baht a month, sorry, okay? Now, when you invest in Phuket, all right, a lot of time people will say, I want to live by the beach, right? I want to be at Patong, at Kata Beach, at Bang Tao Beach, right? So, but there's one thing though, I want you to understand that when you invest in those property along the close to the beach, first of all, they are really expensive, right? Now, if you compare one of these properties over here with our project, it's usually 2 to 3 times more expensive, all right? And the other thing that I would really like you to know is that the rental becomes an issue. Not that we can't rent it out when it is by the beach, but it's just that in Thailand, you can't do Airbnb for less than 30 days. In fact, it's illegal. You can only do Airbnb for more than 30 days, unlike like Dubai when you can do nightly Airbnb, but you can't do it here. So it becomes a headache to manage the property if you're buying those properties by the beach, because typically those are more expensive, and the people who can actually afford are people who are coming to Phuket for a short stay, like a few days days, they don't mind to actually spend money and enjoy themselves. But if you are here for a few months or a year, you can't stay there. It's too expensive. That's why people come here to the center, the city center here, where, where for us it's perfect. We can actually get those long-term leases, people who can actually rent from us for a 1 year basis or a 6 months at least. All right. So we do have a huge tenant pool here, people who work in the tourism industry, the international school teachers and staff, the students, the parents, those are our tenants. The digital nomads are people who are escaping winter or people who are escaping like a summer, in the desert. A lot of Dubai people actually come to Phuket as well, a lot of Russian as well. So, so people who are in the tourism industry, those are our potential tenants. And definitely with the international school, Head Start, the most famous one, 2 minutes drive away from our project, that actually give us a lot of potential tenants as well. Now, I would like to give you some real statistics, right? There's this project called the Deck, which is in Patong Beach. This is a project of Sansiri. In fact, I bought 2 units myself. That was very long ago. I've already sold these 2 units and made good money. Here, I just want to show you what actually had happened just very recently. So, a one bed this project at the Deck, it was rented out for 20,000 Thai baht a month. All right, it's a real transaction. Okay, now when we go online to see a one bed of the Deck, it's around 3.8 million Thai baht. So that translates to a 6% rental yield. So you can see that in Patong Beach, so because the prices are more expensive, the rental yield is only 6%. Right, the Deck similarly, 2 bedroom, 38,000, and then the price 7.5 million, that translates to 6% as well. So conclusion, Patong gets you maybe like 5 to 6% rental yield. But when you come to the center here, it's different. Now, our project is not completed yet, so I don't have real data, but I can show you Base Central Phuket, which is a project of Sansiri, which is just next door to us. And this project already completed in 2018. Our company sold a lot of units here, like more than 100 units. So we are managing a lot for our clients. So a one bed here goes for around 16,000 a month, right? So here, if you look at the price, it's around 2.9 million. So that translates for a one bed, a 7% rental yield. So it's much more better than Patong. Now, a 2 bed that goes for 35,000, a real transactions. So it gets us an 8% rental yield, right? So you see that in central area, so all these transactions are real transactions. There are in fact a lot of such transactions. So it's a really active market here. But for us, our product, we're not even aiming at 7 to 8%. We are in fact aiming for 10%. The reason being because Phuket is actually the #1 place for digital nomads, and the government just 2 weeks ago announced this digital nomad visa, which I think is going to go crazy now in Thailand, right? And a lot of people are going to end up in Phuket. This island, honestly, at one point I think it might even sink. Okay, so many people come here, they really need a place to stay. No, these guys are not here to stay for a few nights. They need long-term accommodation, and they want to be close to the mall, to the school, to the hospitals. They will all stay in the city center, right? So this is where we see the opportunity, because the rental yield of 10% is highly achievable. Now, based on the price list that we have today, and to get 10% rental yield, that means a one bed has to be rented out for 22,000 Thai baht a month. A 2 bed, 40,000 Thai baht a month. This is a 1 year lease contract. So the question is are these rental achievable? One bed 22,000, 2 bed 40,000. Let's take a look. Okay, one bed 22,000. It is achievable because if you go online and you see this Base Central Phuket, you see that it's already a lot of listing asking for 22 to 24,000. So you can see that it is achievable. So if we can get 22,000 per month, that means our rental yield is already 10%. Okay, a 2 bed is 40,000. All right, so you can see the listing on the market is 40,000 as well. So it is achievable, right? So anyway, our company will assist you with the leasing and property management. So don't worry about that. We have our team in Dubai, and you are from India. You're closer to Dubai, so you can always talk to our Dubai team. The time zone difference is not that big. And then we have our team in Hong Kong and of course in Thailand as well. So So our team in Thailand will help you to lease out the property, to manage the property, and you can communicate with our Dubai team so that it's all sync, right? So this is something we can offer. This is very important because when you're investing in overseas properties, you really need a company that is really international to actually provide the service, right? I hope that you will give us a chance to invest with us and really experience our quality of service. All right, I'm sure you'll be happy with that. Now, anyway, let's take a look at the pricing. A one bedroom, it's around 26 square meters, so there's around 300 square foot of area. So the price is around 2.6 million Thai baht. That translates to around 60 lakh rupees. A one bedroom, around 330 square foot, about 74 lakh rupees. Master, this is two bedroom. Two bedroom is around 600 square foot, so it's 1.2 crore rupees, right? So the price, it is actually pretty attractive, okay? Now, the payment plan basically is pretty straightforward. So if you see a unit that you like, just contact our sales colleagues, okay? You can make a reservation. You can do it from India. Does not matter at where you are in the world. Just use a credit card. You will pay 100,000 Thai baht to the developer directly to Origin, right? The 100,000 Thai baht, the developer will give you the FET. No worries about that. Now, 7 days later, you need to pay 30% down payment to the developer and you will sign the SPA in your own country. You don't have to travel to Thailand to sign the sales and purchase agreement, all right? And then after paying 30%, there's no more payment until the end where you pay 70%, the balance 70% minus the booking fee of 100,000 Thai baht. That's all, okay? Now you get a discount of 100,000 and on top of that, a lot of other stuff as well. I'll go through with you later. So this is the payment scheme. Now, the buying cost. When you buy property in Thailand, the buying cost is very low. In this case, it's a total of 1.6% of the purchase price. It's a one-time payment, that's all. Now, to break it down, it will be a transfer fee of 1% that you need to pay to the government, right? Transfer fee is usually 2%. The buyer pay 1, the seller, which in this case is the developer, they'll pay 1. So you just pay 1 and you pay at completion, not now. Sinking fund, it's a one-time payment that you have to pay to the developer. It is 650 baht per square meter for this project. That works out to be about 0.6% of the purchase price, right? Also payable upon completion and handover, not now, okay? So now the thing is, if you manage to sell away the property before completion, it will not be you who pay for this 1.6%. It will be the new buyer who pays for it, all right? So you don't even have to worry about this page if you resell to the new buyer. Now, the annual cost will be the common fee or maintenance fee, which is 58 baht per square meter per month. That works out to be about 0.7% of the price. So if you get a gross yield of 10%, your net yield is 9.3%. I know the next question you're going to ask me is 9.3% any taxes that you need to pay? Well, the answer is yes and no, okay? Well, the thing is, in Thailand, there's income tax. But the problem is, as a foreigner, you don't pay income tax, all right? Because we have sold more than 10,000 units. We have done actually earlier years, help our clients to go to the tax department to try and pay income tax on rental income. Whenever we go there, they will always ask us, are you foreigners? We say yes. Then they'll say, do you have tax ID? We say no. And then they will say, you can go now. Nobody have ever succeeded to pay the income tax, all right? So conclusion, nobody pay income tax, okay? That's how it works, fortunately, all right, in Thailand, okay? Now, anyway, selling costs, in Thailand, there is no capital gain tax. So the selling cost is pretty straightforward. It basically depends on how long you hold the property for. Now, if you hold the property for less than 5 years, you pay specific business tax, which is 3.3% on your selling price. Whether you make a profit or loss, it does not matter. 3.3% on the selling price. Now, if you hold the property for more than 5 years, you only pay stamp duty, which is 0.5% on your selling price, right? So you pay 3.3 or 0.5, not both, all right? On top of that, you need to pay income tax, which range from 1 to 3%. Once again, if you hold the property for more than 5 years, then you just pay 1%. So in conclusion, it's pretty straightforward, right? So the way it works in Thailand is this. Now, if you buy a property off plan, uncompleted project, so there are two ways. One is you flip the property before completion. That means you resell to a new buyer before completion. You don't have to pay any taxes, right? But if you do take over the property, hand over, you should wait for at least 5 years before you resell because that's when you pay the lease taxes, right? So that would be my advice to you. Okay, now if you take a look here, the transaction cost for real estates in Thailand is actually one of the lowest in Southeast Asia. Now, to flip the property, the developer does allow you to flip the property. There are no taxes to pay, but you need to pay a 1,000 Thai baht admin fee to the developer to change the name to the new buyer. It's pretty straightforward, okay? Now, this project of ours actually is close to the mall, and we do have some competitors, basically completed projects, which I would like to use as case study to show you that our price is actually pretty attractive. All right. So a lot of these projects are already sold out and completed anyway because there are not many projects in Phuket city center. Now, there's this project called the Base Central Phuket, which is by Sansiri, where our company sold a few hundred units. So the current resale price in the market is 110,000 Thai baht per square meter. So our project now is being offered at 100,000. So this is like 11% higher than ours, all right? So this project completed in 2018. You can find a lot of information online as well. So you can see our price is cheaper than this project. The other project is Phil Phuket, which recently completed in September of last year. Now the resale market is 110,000 as well. So we are again selling at 100,000 per square meter. So we are still cheaper by 11%, right? So honestly, when I was in Phuket, when I first got in touch with the developer about this Art just now, by the way, you met him just now when he came and introduced himself. So the team actually, we had a really nice dinner in Phuket. So when I heard about this pricing, I had a shock. I asked them like, what's going on? What's the catch here? Why are you selling at so cheap price per square meter? So the Art was actually trying to explain to me what the strategy is. Now, basically here, this piece of land belongs to them, where there are actually 4 phases of the project. Phase 1 of the project, which is the Origin Center Phuket, it was sold out last year. Now we are selling phase 2 of the project here, all right? This is phase 2, Origin Place Center Phuket. There is a phase 3 next year to be launched. It's also a condominium. And finally, the phase 4 will be what they call the Belgravia houses. And it's really expensive houses from 30 million and up, right? So these are the houses in Bangkok, which they have built by Origin. So they are going to bring these houses, to Phuket. So this myself and our team members. So we've been here. We know how good this is. And the reason why they're doing this is because they want to make this area really, really popular. They want all those investors to invest in phase 1 and phase 2 to make money, phase 3 as well. And then those people who come to Belgravia, they will all buy because that is the most challenging project, all right? So anyway, so that's the thought process behind them, okay? Now, when we launched phase 1, it was sold at 90,000 per square meter. Today, phase 2, we're selling at 100,000 per square meter. They increased the price a bit, but not just increased the buy price for no reason, but they also increased the specification of the building. In phase 1, for example, there's no kitchen hob and kitchen hood, but phase 2, they included kitchen hob and kitchen hood. Then they upgraded a lot of the appliances as well, right? So it's a bit of an upgrade more than just a simply price increase. But anyway, for this entire condo project, the market price is around 110. So if they have sold at 90,000 and now 100,000, these guys are not really making the profit they need to make. So they told me that they do need to earn 110,000 per square meter. So the way for them to achieve that in phase 3, they have to start selling at 130,000 and higher so that the average of the price is 110. So as you can see, when you invest in phase 2, there is still a lot of upside potential because in phase 3, it will push up the price. And then when Belgravia houses comes in, you'll push it up further, all right? Now, let me share with you a bit about the situation in Phuket now in terms of price. So, here you can look at Bang Tao. Bang Tao, where Laguna Phuket is or Banyan Tree is. So we actually had some projects there, we sold it out. The per square meter price is about 180,000 per square meter. The rental yield is around 6%, all right? Now, if you go to Patong, it's easily 200,000 and up. The yield is just 5%. If you go to Qatar, we do have a project of Origin now in Qatar Beach, 160,000 per square meter, the yield is 6%, all right? So now if you move over to Katu, which is a really local area, there's no mall, nothing there, that place is already 140,000 per square meter, the yield is 7%. So you can see this central area where our project is located at 100,000 per square meter and yield at 10%, there is a lot of upside potential here, right? So the pricing of this project is simply just too attractive. Okay, now if you want to invest in Phuket, I would strongly recommend you to invest in this Phuket Central area close to this biggest shopping mall, because you can see here, according to Knight Frank, this Phuket Central area has the most active real estate transaction. So a lot of resale here, a lot of activities, a lot of rental as well. So you want to focus on this Phuket Central for investments. All right. Now, just to wrap it up, I'd like to give you three reasons. Right, three reasons why this is a good investment. Number one is our project location. It's 5 minutes walk to the biggest mall in Phuket, Central Phuket. Number two is the rental yield of 10% is really attractive. Now think about it, 10% a year, that means in 10 year break even, you get all your money back, all right? And this is a freehold property. From 11 year onwards, all the money that you make is all yours forever. So this decision that you make today, it will benefit your next generation and generations to come, all right? Because they will be there collecting that rental income forever. So it's a really good investment, all right? And number three is because of the aggressive pricing strategy of Origin. They're actually pricing themselves below the market, which gives a really good opportunity for us to actually make money. Now, the price is already 11% cheaper than the market. And now on top of that, the developer is giving you a lot of promotion. Let me give you some of the, what they're giving you as promotion. Promotion number one is they're going to give you early bird discount, 100,000 Thai baht. It's a lot of money, because if you buy a studio for 2.6 million Thai baht, that 100,000 discount is equivalent to 3.8% of the price. So it's a lot of money. And then promotion number two is repeat buyer. If you have bought property from Origin in the past, you can enjoy another 50,000 Thai baht of discount per unit. Or if you have not bought any property from Origin in the past, and today you want to buy 3 units or above, every unit get an additional 50,000 discount as well. Promotion number three, they're going to throw in the sofa for free. They're going to give you a TV cabinet, a dining table, 2 dining chairs, a shoe cabinet, a wardrobe, bed frame, the mattress not included, and they give you all the electrical appliances as well, including the fridge, the washing machine, the microwave, and even the TV as well. Typically, you don't get all these items, right, when you're buying properties in Thailand. So this is all special free gifts only during the pre-launch period, all right? Now, all these items added together, I work it out, it's around 20% of the price, right? So it's almost as if they're giving you another 20% discount on top of the 11% pricing themselves below the market. So this is a really, really good deal, all right? So now this pricing, 100,000 Thai baht per square meter, it's around 21,000 rupee, okay, per square foot, okay? I'm not sure how prices are like in Mumbai or New Delhi, but I hope it's definitely much more expensive. I'm sure it is. Thailand here is really cheap, all right? We do have very limited foreign quota. We are just 2 weeks before the official launch. The first phase was sold out in 6 weeks. I'm not sure how many weeks it's going to take us to sell out our second phase. I think we might even be able to do it much earlier than that. And the free furniture package, all the stuff that we talk about, it's only for the first 30 clients, all right? We actually had an event in Hong Kong this weekend. We don't have many units left, by the way. So if you guys want this special promotion, you're going to be quick, all right? Because after that, once it's finished, the developer will not give it anymore. You can still buy the units, but you're not going to get all these free stuff, all right? So it actually is worth a lot of money, and it'll be a pity if you don't get it, all right? So anyway, I'm actually already at the end of my presentation. I can see a lot of questions. If you don't mind, I'm just going to play a short video first so I can take a bit of a rest, and then I'll come back and answer all your questions, and you can ask more questions, right? Just bear with me for a while. Let me just get the video out. There you go. the video. I hope you like the project. Let me now come to the questions, right? Let me see. Hang on. Let me see. Baha, are you there? Let's try and maybe I can get Art to be
Here,
joined.
but I can
You can hear, yeah? Okay, let me get Art to get online as well. Maybe we can all. I think I saw him. He's still here. Let me see where he is. Oh no, he's gone. Okay, not to worry. Okay, we'll do it. Okay. So anyway, let's look at some of the questions. Let me see here. Let's pick up the question. Okay. Okay. Actually, not. Oh, price has been discussed. What a total cost of ownership. So this here about this total cost of ownership. We've gone through that actually. It's just like 1.6%, right? Which is the 1% transfer fee and the sinking fund. So it's not really a lot of money. Anyway, it's payable only at handover. This is a good question. Any mortgage possibility for Indians? Yes, there is mortgage available through UOB Bank in Singapore. But the problem, to be honest, I don't really like to recommend you to that because you're buying Thai baht property, but the mortgage that's given by UOB Singapore is actually in US dollar or in Singapore dollar. The interest rate is around 6 to 7%. I find it too high, expensive, and it does not make sense to borrow in a different currency because of the currency mismatch. There is currency exposure for yourself. So despite that there is mortgage, I kind of really treat it as there's no mortgage. Anyway, this project is not really that expensive. So I think you might want to look into trying to get financing from your own country, which maybe you can get even cheaper rate. Okay. The next question here is there a kitchen? Yeah, definitely. When you enter the unit, there is a kitchen. All right. There's you're going to have the kitchen hob, the kitchen hood. You can cook there. Yeah, no problem. Okay. There's a question here about stamp duty for purchase. There is no stamp duty for the purchase. There is basically two items. One is a transfer fee, which is 1%, and that you need to pay, and then a sinking fund to the developer. So there is no stamp duty. All right. So the next question here is how Asia Bankers Club will be helping in this project. So well, basically we're the exclusive agent for the developer Origin. So what we do is, of course, we help to now explain the project to you. Hopefully you find it useful. We can help you to choose the units, good units for your investments. We help you do the whole entire buying process, helping you to make sure that you make the right steps like paying money in foreign currencies, so you get the FET, and then after that help you to send you the SPA, so you will sign it, make sure that the SPA contain correct information, that kind of stuff, and then of course later on advise you whether there's an opportunity to resell before completion. Maybe we got an offer from the local market, maybe you might want to consider cashing out and making some capital gain, hopefully, or maybe handover. Then later on, when you want to do the handover and you can't come to Thailand, you can give power of attorney. Our team in Phuket can help you with the handover, to do the inspection, to rent it out, to manage the tenant. So it's the full service. Okay, so not to worry about that. The next question is, will I get a golden visa if I buy property in Thailand? Yes, you can, but you need to buy $500,000 US and above to get a golden visa, which is a 10-year golden visa. Or if you're above 50 years of age, then you need to invest 250,000 and above, right? But I don't think you need to go after the golden visa. You basically don't even need to buy property if you want a golden visa, to be honest, because there's this digital nomad visa that just came out a few weeks ago. You can just claim that you are a digital nomad. You want to be in Thailand to do some work, even more Thai lessons, whatever. They will give you a 5-year visa, and every time you enter Thailand, you get 180 days of stay, right? So that's even more straightforward than that. All right. Yeah, this is a good question here about the next 10 years. What is the capital gain like? All right. So now in this area, the capital gain in Phuket, it's around maybe 7 to 8% a year. It's not very high. It's not like Dubai, 20, 30% capital appreciation every year. It is not, right? Thailand Phuket is not that kind, but it's a very steady return, right? Like 7, 8, 9% a year. Okay, it's been doing that consistently for 10 years, right? It's not a market that go boom and bust, all right? This is not Dubai, all right? It's very stable, and the rent to yield is really attractive. We're talking about 10%, right? It used to be even higher. It used to be like 12, 13%, right? Now it's 10%, still equally good, very stable investments are return, all right? Let's see. Oh, okay. Here is a good question. 8 to 9% rental yield we can easily get in India. Okay, good one. What is the benefit to invest in Thailand? Well, I guess really depends on how you look at things. I mean, like there are places where you can get even more than 10%. Why should I invest here, right? So I guess it's a matter of diversification. To diversify your portfolio, not putting all your eggs in one basket, right? And then of course here, there's a bit of a lifestyle element as well. If you guys do plan to actually come to Phuket regularly, it could be interesting. Even not regularly, to have a place here, you can stay for a month or two, or even a few weeks. It's a good investment, right? And it's a very steady return. And then the currency is Thai baht. I guess you have to have your own opinion about the currency, whether Thai baht is going to appreciate against the rupee, that kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, we get a lot of investors from all over the world in Thailand, in Phuket. A lot of the time it's because of diversification. They don't really want to put all their money in one place, right? Anyway, after all, we are here, we all don't live that long. We just want to enjoy life, what is all this money? We just want to come to Thailand, just enjoy, have our own apartments, it's that kind of thought process, right? All right. So the question here is about are these residential project or commercial project or both? It is residential. It's condominium, residential title. Foreigners can't buy commercial property in Thailand. You can't own it. All right. How much is the booking fee for a studio in Indian rupee? It's 100,000 Thai baht. Baha, how much is 100,000 Thai baht in rupee?
It is 220,000 INR.
Okay, 2 lakh. All right. Okay. Do you have any fixed quota for Indians? Well, there is a quota, 49%, not for Indians, but for foreigners in general, right? So as long as we sell that 49% foreign quota, it is fine, right? Uh, no, let me see. Can you share the presentation? We can share some of the slides. Yeah, talk to our colleagues, no problem. Let's see. Oh, are the documents prepared in English or in Thai? Well, the legal documents are all in Thai, but translated in English for you to actually refer to as well, right? That's usually how they do it. Yeah. Um, so the total number of units, this project is around 587 units, I believe. How many available? So about 200 over units available. That's a foreign quota, right? If you want to buy large units, we do have some of the two bedrooms you can consider. Maybe you can talk to our colleagues. They can tell you more about that, right? One last question here I see. Actually a few more, no worries. Okay. Comparing Phuket to Pattaya. So what's the difference here, right? In terms of the yield, okay? Now the prices in Pattaya nowadays already quite similar to Bangkok, because Pattaya is pretty close to Bangkok. You can drive from Bangkok to Pattaya. So here, when you get a 10% in Phuket, in Pattaya, it's more like 7%, but probably. So it's a different place altogether, right? Definitely Phuket is more international than Pattaya, right? And Pattaya attracts more like a lot of Russians, a lot of course people from Bangkok actually investing there as well. Okay. Which countries buyers you are targeting in 49% quota? Honestly, it's really everyone, right? I mean, if I look at today, the statistics, the foreign quota has been sold a lot in Phuket to Russians. It's a lot of Russians. Actually, in fact, there are a lot of Indians as well. It's more and more Indians. We do also see a lot of Chinese as well in this country. So it's pretty diverse, really. And recently, we also see a lot of Burmese coming because of the civil wars back home, right? Phuket versus Hua Hin. Okay. Hua Hin is not many projects in Hua Hin. For some of you who are not familiar with Hua Hin, it's actually about 2 hours each drive from Bangkok. It's just the other side of Pattaya. So Hua Hin is a very local place. It's a lot of Thai people like from Bangkok who actually have a home in Hua Hin. The king used to live there. It's a more quiet, peaceful place. Not many projects there. The rental yield is not really that high, to be honest. I would say maybe like 7-8%. Yeah, you can probably get it, but it's more like a long stay. Okay, and maybe not long stay, like 1 to 3 months kind of rental kind of stuff, right? So it's not as hot as Phuket, where it's very international. Okay. So I think I've probably already answered most of your questions. If you guys have any, do feel free to send here. Okay. Any buying rate difference between foreigner and domestic buyers? I think what you mean is probably about whether there's a price difference, right? There's no price difference, right? The local price and the foreign price is the same price. It's all standard. Okay. So yeah. Well, okay, I think maybe no more questions. Okay, well, guys, thank you so much. And yeah, certainly hope to see you guys in Mumbai. I really look forward to. And if you want to buy villas, yes, we do have villas. It's a separate topic. Please, yeah, talk to our colleagues, and I'm sure they can help you. We have so many things, But for now, I really like this project. This is like the best project I've seen. Okay, and that's why the first phase sold out so fast. This weekend I've been doing so many presentations for this project in Hong Kong. We are selling quite fast. So I think if you guys seriously want to consider Phuket, yeah, you should really give really take a look at this one. It's really worth investing. All right. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much. I really hope to come to Mumbai or New Delhi one day and to meet you guys. Thanks for your support to Asia Bankers Club. Hopefully, you will join us and some of the events that we have in the future and invest through us as well. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.